They laughed at her, not just once, not just quietly, but loud enough for everyone to hear. The kind of laughter that sticks in your chest. The kind that makes you feel small, invisible, weak. But what if I told you that same quiet girl they mocked was hiding something that would leave them speechless? Have you ever been judged for being quiet? Have people ever mistaken your silence for weakness? If yes, then this story is for you. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe because stories like this, they hit different. This isn't just a story about bullying, it's about underestimation, it's about hidden strength. And it's about what happens when the wrong person gets pushed too far, because sometimes the quiet ones aren't weak. They're just waiting. Her name was Emma. She lived on a small farm far from the noise of the city. No luxury, no spotlight. Just dirt roads, early mornings, and endless work. Every day started before sunrise, feeding animals, fixing fences, carrying heavy buckets like it was nothing. Her hands were rough, her clothes were simple, and her life quiet. At school she barely spoke, not because she couldn't, but because she didn't need to. While others chased attention, Emma stayed in the background, observing, listening. Most people didn't even notice her, and the ones who did, they misunderstood her. To them she wasn't mysterious. She wasn't disciplined, she was just the quiet farm girl, awkward, out of place, easy to ignore. But what they didn't see was that every movement she made had purpose, every step controlled, every glance calculated, and every day she carried something deeper than silence, something powerful. Then came the laughter. It started small, a whisper, a joke, a comment about her clothes. Did you come straight from the farm? But it didn't stay small. There was Jason, the loud one, always surrounded by people. The kind of guy who needed attention to breathe, and his group, they followed his lead. One day in the cafeteria, Emma sat alone as usual. Jason walked by, stopped, looked at her boots covered in dried mud, and smirked. "Hey," he said loudly, making sure everyone could hear. "Careful, guys, she might start milking cows in here." Laughter exploded. Emma didn't react, didn't look up, didn't say a word, and that made it worse, because silence to bullies feels like permission. From that day on, she became their target. Every hallway, every class, every chance they got, mocking, laughing, pushing, and still she said nothing. But silence has limits. One afternoon during a school event, it happened. The entire crowd was gathered, students, teachers, noise everywhere. Emma stood near the edge, just trying to stay invisible. Then Jason showed up, with his friends, and this time he didn't stop at words. He grabbed her bag, opened it, and dumped everything onto the ground, books, papers, personal things scattered in front of everyone. "Oops," he laughed. Farm girl dropped her stuff. The crowd laughed again, but this time something changed. Emma froze, her hands clenched slightly, her breathing slowed. For a moment it looked like she might snap. Everyone watched, waiting. But then she knelt down quietly, picked up her things, and walked away. No anger, no tears, just silence. Jason laughed again. "See, told you, weak." But what he didn't realize was that he had just crossed a line. And some lines you don't come back from. That night, things were different. Emma didn't go straight home. Instead, she walked past the farm, past the fields, into a place no one from school had ever seen. An old, worn-out training gym. The lights flickered on, and suddenly the quiet girl wasn't so quiet anymore. She wrapped her hands, tight, precise, then stepped toward a heavy punching bag and hit it, hard. The sound echoed through the room, again, and again, and again. Each punch carried something deeper, not anger, not rage, control, discipline, power. Her movements were sharp, calculated, trained. This wasn't new, this wasn't random, this was routine. While everyone else saw a quiet farm girl, she had been building something. In silence, for years, Emma wasn't just training, she was a fighter. Real one. Early mornings on the farm built her strength. Late nights in the gym built her skill. She had a coach, an old fighter who saw potential where others saw nothing. "Quiet doesn't mean weak," he told her once. "It means focused." And Emma, she listened. Every day she trained harder than anyone else. No distractions, no ego, just work, punches, footwork, timing, again, again, again. She had already fought before, small competitions, underground matches, and she didn't just survive. She dominated, but she never told anyone. No bragging, no attention, because for her, this wasn't about proving something to others, it was about becoming something stronger. Back at school, the bullying didn't stop. If anything, it got worse. Jason felt unstoppable, until one day he pushed too far. "Why don't you say something?" he mocked in front of everyone. Or are you scared? The crowd gathered again, phones out, waiting for something to happen, and for the first time Emma looked up. Straight at him, the room went quiet. There was something different in her eyes, not fear, not anger, something calm, controlled. "Pick it up," she said softly. Jason laughed. "What?" "My bag," she repeated. The crowd leaned in. He stepped closer. "You gonna make me?" And that's when someone shouted, "Fight, fight, fight!" The energy shifted instantly. What started as bullying was about to become something else. Jason made the first move. Big mistake. He swung wildly, messy, uncontrolled. Emma didn't flinch. She stepped aside, effortless. Then one move, fast, precise, she struck. The sound cut through the noise. The crowd went silent. Jason stumbled back, confused. He tried again, another swing, another miss. And then Emma moved, this time faster, cleaner, controlled power. Within seconds it was over. Jason hit the ground, not knocked out, but defeated completely. The same people who laughed before were now staring in shock. No one said a word, because the quiet farm girl had just shown them exactly who she was. The silence that followed was louder than any laughter. Jason stayed on the ground, not hurt badly, but his ego destroyed. His friends didn't laugh anymore. They didn't even speak. Emma stepped back, calm, breathing steady, like nothing happened. No celebration, no anger, just control, and that's what hit everyone the hardest. She wasn't trying to prove anything. She already knew who she was. From that day on, everything changed. No more jokes. No more bullying, just respect. The kind you don't ask for, the kind you earn. And Emma, she went back to being quiet, but now everyone understood. Silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's power. Here's the truth. People will judge you. They'll underestimate you. They'll think your silence means you have nothing to say, nothing to show, nothing to prove. Let them, because the strongest people don't need to announce themselves. They build, they grow, they prepare in silence. And when the moment comes, they don't talk. They act. So if you've ever been overlooked, if you've ever been underestimated, remember this story. You don't need their validation. You just need your moment. And when it comes, make it count. If this story inspired you, make sure you like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Outbox tray, subscribe for more powerful stories, bell, and comment below. Have you ever been underestimated? Because your story might be the next one the world needs to hear.